Guys, something is insane that is going on with the two leads from Wicked. And it needs to be talked about. They're fucking crazy, but it's insane. And she put out a video not like 11 days ago, not quite 2 weeks ago, that I meant to watch and I never got into it. Chat, we need to look at this because this is insane, and it's her. I don't even know how to pronounce her name, and Ariana Grande. But it's not just the two of them. It's like the cast from Wicked. I swear to God, there's something very wrong with them. And what this is going to talk about. They've gone full insane. So let's do this.
Oh my gosh. You are such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
We appreciate
for coming
you.
into this room. It's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a pleasure spending time with you. It's been a pleasure getting to know you.
Thank you for that.
Yours is pink.
Like, look at that. Okay, before we even get into their personalities, look at them. They look like skeletons. Look at how tight, look at how skinny her arms are. She is skin, like both of them. They are skin and bones. I swear to God, they look like they're anorexics or they're meth heads. Like, it is terrifying how like, just unhealthily skinny they've got. Like, holy, like, this is, like, I don't know, like, I think Sydney's probably going to show before and after pictures. I think Sydney's probably going to show before and after pictures of them. They did not used to look like this. These two actually used to look like healthy. And ever since they started on Wicked, not only do they look like deathly ill, their behavior is flight today.
It's lovely. It is, isn't it? It is actually.
We love you very much.
That's lovely.
This was really fun.
We won't have to miss each other. We won't have to.
We love,
Nice to
like,
see you.
we're always texting.
Yes.
We're together. We see each other. Thank you. Nice to see you.
What am I even watching?
Oh yeah, like I was gonna wait till it gets into it. I tweeted about this. We are going. I suspect that because again, it's not just the two of them. It's I think Michelle Yeoh was it Michelle Yeoh? No, I could be getting this wrong. Another one of their co-stars looks just as anorexic. And I mean that literally. But like, there's another one of their co-stars in the Wicked movie looks just as physically ill. And I swear to God, it's going to come out that this is a cult. I really do think that this is going to come out as some kind of a
Did
cult.
Wicked have the same
production
And just a
problems
quick
as Wizard of Oz?
Not to my knowledge, Hero.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And just a quick note before we do the
You have
video.
snacks.
This is the last week that you can use the code We Don't Waste on my tea website for 50% off the flavors Emerald Green and New York Breakfast.
Fun fact, apparently Sydney has, Nux has watched her videos several times, and she actually, has been in communication with Nux. I forget exactly how they got into communication together, but, her and Nux have talked, and apparently she's sending it, a full fucking crate of her tea. Which, Sydney has her own, tea company. And apparently she sent Nux a full-on fucking crate of her tea. And he loves it. He says the tea's outstanding. He says it's great tea.
Because as you guys know, these teas are expiring, although tea doesn't really expire. And it's also the last period for a little while that you can get the flavor Emerald Green, because I don't know when I'm going to be reordering that. So if you like real green tea, or specifically my green tea, now is the time to get it, because I don't know if it will be coming back. I'm just trying to be honest with you all. Anyway, that is all. Obviously check out the website, lots of yummy flavors on there, and let's do the video. So I'm not gonna lie to you all, I genuinely don't know how to introduce this topic or this video. This moment lives rent-free in my head, and if you don't know what it is,
But, by the way, hang on.
This
Look at this. Look at that. Look at them. These two people are sick, mentally and physically. Look at Ariana Grande. Her dress, the top of her dress, look at the gap. It doesn't even fit her. She has become so gaunt that her dress does not even fit her. It literally gaps. Like, holy shit. Like, look at her clavicle, her arms. Same thing with her. Like, they are... Oh. Well, Griffin, that's why I said I'm waiting for it to come out in the near future that they are a part of some kind of a cult. Not only their looks, the way they behave to one another, they act like they're soulmates together. They are actually exhibiting cultish behavior. Excuse me. They are actually exhibiting the behavior of people that are a part of a cult. Like you'll see in this video, the way that they're like always touchy-feely with one another, the way they cling to one another. You guys, I'm not gonna say it yet, but just watch their behavior with one another and tell me if it doesn't remind you of something that we've seen in the recent past during movie night. Just wait for it.
Moment lives rent-free in my head, and if you don't know what it is, I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to be the one to tell you about it. There is something seriously and observably wrong with the cast of the film Wicked, and its now sequel, Wicked for Good, which is—
I think that is Michelle Yeoh. I think that may actually be is it Michelle? I forget who this is. But yeah, she is just as bad. As far as like being like disgustingly skinny to the point where she's anorexic, she's the same thing. Like there's a photo of her. The dip in her clavicle is like soup bowl depth. You could actually use her clavicles like soup bowls, like fill them up with soup and just eat soup out of it. They dip in so much because she's become so anorexic.
Is set to hit theaters on November 21, 2025. If you've been around this channel for any length of time, you already know that I think that most celebrities, by and large, are incredibly unhinged people.
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed, I have one gear. Go.
Why?
I'm transgender and I'm binary and I don't want to be searched by a man.
Why?
My mother has all my baby teeth in her underwear drawer.
What? Seriously?
Yeah, she never told me that, but I found them there once.
All right, I'm gonna need you to stop. But somehow, for some reason, the cast of the Wicked movies have shown us that it is in fact possible to extend beyond Hollywood's usual bizarreness.
I didn't know that was happening.
So let's check in to see how everyone is doing.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That well. For those of you who don't know, or who are thankfully not familiar, singer Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo starred in both of the Wicked films, alongside actress Michelle Yeoh and Jeff Goldblum.
Okay, it is Michelle Yeoh.
Wait, he's in this? I love him!
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
But unlike the usual criticism that people have—
Okay. I'm sorry. Can we just appreciate Sydney's cauldron-sized cup of tea? That is a gloriously huge mug of tea. Bravo to you, Sydney. That is the way you drink your hot beverage. Yeah, you should fill it with Damer Sups, though. Not sponsored. Yet. My application's in with you, Gamer Sups. You have my work email. Call me.
For Hollywood film and television these days, the commentary here is more about how the cast of these movies are getting stranger and stranger and more skinny, to the extent that people—
Yes, this is it. Both of you, they all looked healthy, beautiful, like thin, but in a very healthy way. But like all three of them were thin, but in a very healthy and beautiful way. All three of them were beautiful. Look at them now. They look like aliens. They look like fucking aliens. Her head doesn't look like it belongs. Like even skinny, like even with the differences here, her head looks too big for her body now because she's so anorexic. Same thing with Ariana Grande. Her head looks too big for her body now. And Michelle Yeoh, here's where I was talking about. Her clavicle can double as a soup bowl. You can literally ladle soup into here and use her clavicles as soup bowls. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And it wasn't for the role. Okay, you cannot tell me that they basically did this to themselves for the role. Because I've seen clips of the first movie and like the previews for the second, like some clips of the preview for the second movie. They didn't look this anorexic. They probably had a lot of padding on underneath their clothes to make them not look like skeletons. This is a cult. We are going to hear that they are part of some kind of a cult.
People are sharing side-by-side pictures of how Grande, Erivo, and Yeoh used to look before they made like a blood pact with Satan. Or whatever the hell is going on here. Why does everybody
just
look
wait till you see their
emaciated and
behavior.
scared of food? Anyway, anytime I see really anybody from the Wicked cast doing an interview, someone's crying.
And I hope you will be there for the rest of my life.
I will be. And I hope you will be too. And it's been the privilege of my life.
Or comforting somebody else.
Was fierce in the protection, fierce in keeping the energy.
Deny!
Not an attempted finger hold. Or saying so many
What? It's a slice of life anime? Hand-holding? Scandalous?
words that have so little meaning. When you watch enough of this, you want to blow your brains out.
Both disappeared in your roles.
Thank
I did
you.
not see Ariana, I did not see Cynthia. I saw Glinda and I saw Elphaba.
Okay, hold up. You are not, okay, the chat's blocking. You are not fully appreciating this. Look at her face. Let me shift a little bit. Look at her face. That is the face of, these are the faces of crazy people. These two are insane. These are not the faces, these are not the expressions of sane people.
Roles.
Thank
I did
you.
not see Ariana, I did not see Cynthia. I saw Glinda and I saw Elphaba on screen. You were remarkable.
Thank you.
And a lot of that comes from the physicality, the eye.
And the bizarre behavior has continued during the latest press tour leading up to the 2025 film's release. Grande and Erivo's bond is clearly super tight. They've talked about being trauma bonded from the intense filming process, but their actions often veer into this hyper.
Okay, chat, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Trauma bonding never ends well. I'm sorry, it doesn't. If two people that trauma bond, that never ends well. It doesn't, because all they have is the trauma, and either they will get over that trauma and split apart, be it a romantic relationship or a friendship or relationship, however that is. The minute one of them is over that trauma, they're split. They're at odds with one another. Or they feed off of one another and make themselves irrevocably worse. It's one of the two. Either they end up like splitting apart poorly because someone recovers and the other person hates them because they recovered, or they continually feed off of each other and just psychologically destroy one another by making themselves worse and worse all the time. Now, as far as like, why did they trauma bond over filming with Wicked? I don't fucking know. These are fucking Hollywood elitists, so maybe they had to get their own coffee and that caused them to be traumatized. I don't fucking know. My guess is it's bullshit that there was no trauma in the filming, and they came up with that as an excuse as to why they look like skeletons now. So I don't think that they trauma bonded during Wicked. I think that they like, one of them may have been part of this anorexic cult and it sucked the other one into it, and now they're like bonded because they're cultists together. But I don't think that they suffered trauma from filming this movie.
Emotional, touchy-feely, almost performative territory that is deeply uncomfortable to watch. These videos are genuinely so weird that I don't know what to do with myself. When you watch enough of these two together, you realize that the simplest, least profound, least interesting questions bring about these absurd overreactions where they act as if every single thing being asked of them or being spoken in their direction has some alternate meaning that just means something to everybody. I don't know. Let me just show you. During the Paris premiere of Wicked for Good, the pair were asked to describe each other's auras, and the whole thing is just, I don't even know.
If you had to describe each other's aura, what color would it be?
That's a nice question. An aura.
Yellow.
For me?
Sunshine. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And like also, I think there's also purple.
That was very good. I see like
God.
like a ciel bleu. You know, like
Thank
aqua.
you. Wow.
And
I'm
like
so moved by that response.
Hey, chat. Guess what aura I have? Anyone want to take a guess at what my aura is? Go ahead. Guess. Thank you, Wolf's mother. You've put out my flames. Okay. I've waited long enough. Who recognizes this behavior? Who recognizes it? We've seen this behavior recently during movie night. Anyone want to take a guess? Anyone want to take a wild guess where we've seen this behavior before? The Manson family from Once Upon a Time, and there we go. Baconator, you got it. The Manson family from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Exact same behavior. This was the exact same behavior that we saw in that. Like, almost exactly.
This is so... Sorry, it's very specific. And like...
And
like sunset orange.
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yours is pink.
It's lovely. It is, isn't it? It is actually.
We love you very much.
That's lovely.
This was really fun.
This to me seems like how
they're
drug
doing
users behave.
I think they're doing mushrooms. I think they're doing mushrooms or acid. Like this behavior, yeah, scary. Yeah, scary guy. It's no conga, not as in Marilyn Manson, as in Charles Manson. You know, the serial killer who, like, basically formed a cult and had his followers go kill people. They killed Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski in their home. Yeah, they in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they had the Manson family in it, and they behaved the same way as these two behave.
When they're high. You know, the ones that use like the uppers, you know, MDMA, not the people who inject heroin into their eyeballs. Well, that is certainly a fun lead-in, because you see, Sydney tasked me today with doing a really exciting introduction to the sponsor of today's video, but I don't know how to beat heroin in your eyeballs, but you could be very cool just like me and get yourself a Plaud note pin. This little guy is unbelievably useful and unbelievably cool, so let's hear from today's sponsor, Plaud. You know, whenever I cover topics like this, I end up with endless pages of notes and quotes and random thoughts. And sometimes trying to keep track of all of that is an absolute
like a
nightmare.
scanner?
But that's why I've started using Claude NotePen, the AI-powered note taker that has changed the way that I work. It is thumb-sized and wearable, so you can clip it onto your shirt, bag, or lanyard. Just press once and it records your conversations, voice memos, or meetings. And then it automatically uploads your audio to the Claude app, giving you a transcription of your notes, an AI-generated summary, a to-do list, or even a mind map. You can use your device for face-to-face conversation, especially during your lectures, meetings, interviews, anytime you need to capture anything. With NotePen, you can actually be present rather than frantically trying to keep notes. Even better, I can use Ask AI to find things really quickly, or even have it provide insights or suggestions on a topic. It also supports over 100 languages, recognizes different speakers, and can merge recordings. Every file is encrypted and stored, keeping your data safe with end-to-end encryption that meets global privacy standards. So if you're someone who deals with tons of meetings, ideas, discussions, this is honestly a lifesaver. So click the link in the description or go to the code on
Baconator, it's a person is smart. People are dumb, stupid, panicky animals, and you know it.
Screen to get your Claude NotePen today. This is annoying people to the extent that we even have parodies of it now. And honestly, they do a pretty good job.
What we chose to do with the roles was something that I think
This
that
is
should be
parody, by the way.
studied.
This is someone parodying it.
Dayton, Ohio.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Dayton, Ohio.
Did I say something wrong?
It's kind of scary that, honestly, you almost could, if you did not see their faces, you would think that this was Ariana and Cynthia. Like, if they like blurred out the faces, you would legitimately think that this was actually Ariana and Cynthia, the way they're behaving.
To stand by Cynthia during this hard time. I mean, her battling cancer.
Oh no, I'm just bold.
You're the most open person I've ever worked with. Just so open and willing and generous and kind.
Like, what is with her nails?
I worked with you.
How does she even feed herself with these nails? How the hell does she eat? How the hell does she type? How the hell does she write anything? How the hell does she wipe her ass? How does she wipe herself with these nails? I mean, granted, I am fully appreciative of fine use of a bidet. I have one myself, so I'm fully appreciative of that. But even with a bidet, you still wipe sometimes to make sure you're clean. Even with a bidet, you still need to make sure you're clean. No, AMT, get it right. Not Wolverine claws. These are saber-tooth claws. Let's get our berserker animalistic mutants prop correct here. This is Victor, not Logan. Okay? Okay? Victor, not Logan. Or if you want to go with a female, Lady Deathstrike, Yuriko. Okay, if you want to say Yuriko, Lady Deathstrike, okay, I'm there with you too.
As well. You know, I worked with the Ariana Grande.
This was my first time ever doing a
You have been the light of the day. You are such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
We appreciate
for coming in.
Jesus.
We needed to come in.
Yeah.
But this strange and uncomfortable, overly
God.
emotional behavior does not stop here. During
Actually,
another
shut up.
particularly uncomfortable interview, the two leading Wicked ladies sat down with a French podcaster called Sally.
Like, well, okay. Look at this. She's swimming in her clothing. Look at her. Her clothes don't fit her. She is literally swimming in her clothes. A sign, if you will, that she is unhealthy.
Sally. And this interview is just, Well, let me show you.
That was beautiful. I forget what the question was. I was listening and I forgot that I was a part of this. I was really enjoying it. That's where I'm so sorry. I was on the verge of tears. I was like, I've seen you talk. I've seen you do that. I was like, oh my god.
No, you have.
Okay, no. I'm back.
It was like she kind of afraid to say it out loud. It's like really
I'm
like,
proud of you.
Thank you.
I was listening and I was like, oh, she's really going there.
Yeah. I didn't know I was. My legs started shaking and every box that she
I'm proud of you.
Oh, good God.
Gosh.
Why are all of their reactions like this? It's like one of them says something that the other one thinks is profound, and then they just both sit there basking in the profoundness of it all. This is genuinely what I think being lobotomized would feel like. But here's the weird thing. They do this, they act this way in basically all their interviews, and I am not exaggerating.
We have a good balance going.
Yeah, a good
We do.
balance. Yeah. It's been nice to like be in each other's spaces to learn in that and to address our own balances. Like, you know, we have more of one thing and then to be able to learn something else from someone else is really been special.
At the end of this video, Sally asks the women to look at one another and say something nice to the other person, and it went about as well as you'd expect.
Why?
Once again,
Why? All they do is glaze each other up every 5 seconds. Why would you ever bother saying, why don't you look at one another and say something nice about one another? What the fuck have they been doing this entire time? And Revan, this is not, okay, the heels, no big deal. I've seen plenty of women wearing chunky Frankenstein heels like this. Pretty sure Cotton has worn these to TwitchCon multiple times. I'm pretty sure Cotton wore platform heels like this to the last TwitchCon. This is nothing outrageous. Realistically, this is nothing outrageous.
Deeply uncomfortable.
We swore we were not going to do this.
This is the thing that got us last time.
Yes.
We can't do it again.
I can't do this.
We can't do it again.
I feel really set up here.
I just love you. That's all.
That's good. I love
They're
you too.
gonna cry.
It's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a pleasure spending time with you. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. And I hope you will be there for the rest of my life.
I will be. And I hope you will be too. And it's been the privilege of my life.
Guys,
Yeah, she is quicker to cry than I am. And that, like, she cries more than I do. Okay? And you guys know, like, how, like, it's not exactly hard for me to cry about something. She cries more. She's easier to get to start crying than me. Okay? What the fuck?
I am not trying to be a jerk here, but this is an interview for a movie, not a last-ditch therapy session to save your marriage. I have so much secondhand embarrassment watching these. I bet editing Sydney is just seizing up, having to watch them over and over and over again. One of the other things that a lot of people have been pointing out, not just with the first Wicked press junket, but with this new one, is just how touchy-feely these two are with each other.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ourselves and each other. I think there are little pieces of us that when we got to do this together, we brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
Good God.
I had to remove the music.
Yeah, but by the way, I think she was like doing that to a helicopter. I'm pretty sure like a helicopter or a plane was flying overhead at the time. And like you could hear the sound of it. And that's what she was waving at, saying, go away, go away. It was a plane or like a helicopter.
I had to remove the music and really most of the audio for copyright purposes, but yes, that is Ariana Grande trying to shoo away a helicopter flying above them so that her friend can cry in peace. This is just so stupid, man. Put a fork in me now. I am done. I think part of the reason this also gives me the ick so much is because I admit I am a reasonably unemotional person out in the world, like with friends and family, different story. But, you know, in the public sphere, it's like watching people performatively have feelings like they do on TikTok and whatnot all the time. I just think, keep that to yourself. Be professional. None of this is professional. What are we doing? Have you seen enough though? No, you haven't. Let me give you some more. Anyway, in a group interview from early 2025, producer Mark Platt excitedly grabbed and shook Grande's arm. She seemed confused, and Erivo immediately reached over and pulled Grande away. She treats her—
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at this. Oh, this is fucking scary. She couldn't handle physical contact from someone that was not Cynthia Erivo.
Producer Mark Platt excitedly grabbed and shook Grande's arm. She seemed confused, and
She doesn't seem confused. She looks traumatized. This is a look of animalistic fear. This is like I'm about to have a panic attack moment. Because someone else touched me. And then Cynthia's like putting her arm like, oh my fucking god. They are literally emotional support animals for one another for life. Like, literally, they need each other just to exist in life. That when another person touches their hand and, like, shakes and is, like, excited, that she looks, that she gets traumatized by this. That she gets to be on the verge of a panic attack. No, neither of them are healthy, physically or mentally. This is bad. This is really fucking bad.
She seemed confused, and Erivo immediately reached over and pulled Grande away. She treats her like she's soothing a trauma, cradling her arm, resting her head on the arm, and then kissing it. I have watched these clips a lot of times now, and it doesn't ever get any less weird. And in a shocking development that will in fact surprise none of you, this is actually a pattern of behavior, with Erivo acting like this towards Ariana Grande quite frequently, whether that is picking up her dress while she is walking, or when she's being hugged by a fan, Erivo pushes this guy away, which, like, honestly, fair enough. This guy should never have done this, and I can see how alarming this would be. But also her response is just very—
Actually, was this— hang on, the person— okay, no, it wasn't. I was trying to remember if it was Ariana Grande who there was like a woman or like a super fan. I can't remember if this is Ariana Grande or someone else that like jumped over a barricade and like raced at her when she was like walking up a red carpet at an event. And like just like wanting to hug her or something. I can't remember if this was Ariana Grande or not. That legitimately would be terrifying. In this day and age, having a fan just suddenly come out of nowhere and start charging at you. In the current climate of severe mental illness when it comes to fans, that would be legitimately terrifying. Like this response right here, where like she's having a moment like this, I don't blame her for this. Like some fan just comes charging out and starts doing this. Like, look what happened to Emery. Yeah, exactly, Cave Spire. Look what happened to Emeru. Some guy jumps the line, walks over, and tries to sexually assault her. This is one instance where I do not blame Ariana Grande for having a moment of panic. This one incident. Yeah, I'm all in where Cynthia is comforting her. She's shaken up. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you on this one.
Pushes this guy away, which, like, honestly, fair enough. This guy should never have done this, and I can see how alarming this would be. But also, her response is just very immediate and very protective. Even in this resurfaced clip from—
Again, don't blame her on that. You know, if they have a close relationship together, you know, if they're close friends, which, you know, take the cultist behavior, put the cultist behavior aside for a moment. Okay, take all that and put that aside. If they became good friends working on the Wicked movies, this protective behavior is not, I don't find that unusual at all. Being protective of someone that you consider a friend and a co-star that you have developed a friendship with, any friend would be this protective. In this specific instance, I see no issue here. Realistically, there's no problem. This is a perfectly legitimate response from Cynthia in regards to comforting Ariana. No, zero problems. I'm 100% on board with this reaction.
And very protective. Even in this resurfaced clip from 2024 on the red carpet, Erivo stops Grande mid-sentence to fix her necklace while Grande awkwardly keeps trying to speak.
Been through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know. She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because the thing.
This to me.
Look at them here. This was back in 2024. They were already looking bad, and they've gotten worse. Look at how bad they look. Look at how bad they look from like a healthy standpoint. And they've gotten even worse than this. They've gotten even skinnier and more anorexic. No. I think that they're both part of a cult. I think that this is some Hollywood cult that they are both a part of, that they have been brainwashed in. You can only ascribe this behavior between the two of them to cultish brainwashing. Maybe she has PTSD and that was the hook to get them in, but it's like this is cultish behavior.
Something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know. She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because the thing.
This to me, just with my experiences with possessive people, really comes across like a bit of a peeing on your territory type thing. I don't think that's me reading into the behavior. I think that's what's happening here. Because why would you do this? Mid-interview, apparently this fixing itch pops up a lot because why are you messing with this woman's appearance all the time, bro? I'm honestly so mad at myself right now because I found this genuinely hilarious clip
that would not
where
surprise me if
Erivo
Cynthia
is
was
like
OCD.
dagger eyeing a bottle of water
That would not surprise me in the
Ariana Grande
slightest.
is trying to open and struggling to open.
And that's how the cults get you. Cynthia is maybe OCD. Ariana, maybe she has PTSD or something. That's how these cults hook their people. That's how they get people in there. They target people with mental illnesses and say, we're a place of belonging and love. And that's how they get them to come in. So it would not surprise me if both of them were afflicted with some kind of mental illness, and that's how they get sucked into this cult, which is only expounded further upon their mental illnesses and basically like amplified them to the nth degree. Well, under the auspice of you're beautiful as you are, embrace yourself, and basically their mental illnesses just explode.
And Erivo's looking at it and giving it like a death stare, and I can't find it now. I didn't save it because I'm not smart, but I wish that I had, because you guys just would have been like... So in light of that, have some more finger touching instead. Over and over again, we see them clutching desperately for one another in interviews, finding excuses to touch one another in oddly intimate ways, and often in inappropriate times, like during a red carpet interview. Producer Amy Poehler, which I'm probably saying wrong once again, pointed this out recently on her podcast with Grande.
So you guys just physically checked in. Like, it's really sweet how you touch each other. You like to touch...
Okay, and here's the problem. People like Amy Poehler, basically, they're justifying it. They're basically she's basically acting like this is, it's acceptable. Because listen, she said...
It's really sweet how you touch...
It's really sweet how you guys are basically all over one another in a very mentally unhealthy way. And Amy Poehler is saying, "Oh, it's sweet." So she is basically offering them enabling to continue with this behavior because another member of the Hollywood elite is saying, "Oh yeah, it's good, it's beautiful, keep going."
Each other. You like to touch... a non-sexual way, and it is in a loving way of like supporting each other.
Yes.
You like to hold each other's like hands and be there. It's very sweet.
Yes.
You like to do that with people. Am I wrong?
I do. I am very. I channel a lot of energy through my hands.
Yeah.
And so I'm always holding a hand. I'm always like squeezing a something, as you've learned.
I mean, at least Ariana Grande is acting somewhat normal here for once. Maybe. So it's pretty clear to anyone with eyeballs that these two have cultivated a very possessive, codependent type relationship. To the extent that when Erivo said that she wouldn't be doing interviews at the film's New York premiere due to laryngitis or something like that, Grande decided not to do them either. In solidarity. But all of this...
In solidarity of what? Cynthia Erivo lost her voice. She got laryngitis. It happens. It's not like she was a victim of something. What the hell is Ariana Grande acting in solidarity about? There's no solidarity to take part in. It's not like she was attacked and had her vocal cords damaged by a crazy attacker or something. She got laryngitis. So, this is like the activist bullshit. It's just like, this is mental illness. The two of them are mentally unwell and they need to get checked. They 100% need to get evaluated by competent psychiatric professionals because they are mentally unwell and it's translating into the physical. Oh, your dog, they both look sick. They both look very unhealthy. Like in this photo, they're obviously done up with makeup and what have you, but they both look very unwell.
Like that, Grande decided not to do them either. In solidarity. But all of this weird behavior has been going on since the start. Since the Wicked film's release in 2024, the interviews that everybody seemingly has given have been a what the frick goldmine for us people, because what the frick?
That's cool. That's a cult. That's a cult. That's a cult. That's a cult. That's a fucking cult. That is like some like cult. It's like special greeting, hand touching symbol thing. Yeah, I'll replay it. Like this is. I'm repeating. But goddamn it, this is a fucking cult. Absolutely, this is a fucking cult. It's like a super secret handshake.
The first sentence.
I've seen this week people are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
And then I definitely didn't understand what was happening, how you responded. I was like, oh, what did she say? What did you hear? And I just wanted to be there because I knew something big was happening. And I didn't know how to be there.
I didn't know that was happening. But then after a while, I didn't know how to be there. Yeah. That's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
you are very good. You are very good.
Oh my gosh.
Good God. And she's about to cry. And she's about to cry because the interviewer did a good, we are now going into uncomfortable. One or both of these women are being abused. We are now going into the territory that at least one of these two women, if not both, are being abused in some way. Mentally. They're possibly physically, because that would explain their physical condition. They are, at minimum, they are being mentally abused, but they may very well be getting physically abused too. At least one of them.
Well,
look, you can see the tears in her eyes.
Yeah.
You can see the tears in her eyes.
I think we found a little piece of ourselves and each other.
Honestly, I really wanted to go over these moments a lot more with you, but I think it's all pretty self-explanatory, and probably at this point, you've all seen enough. I'm sorry that I've given you all so much secondhand embarrassment. Personally, the crying and the touching and the weirdness—
It's not embarrassment, it's
not really
horror.
my jam. So outside of all of this very strange codependent behavior, one of the things that now is routinely coming up again and again, and people were talking about this, of course, in 2024 with the initial press junket and all the things associated with that, but it's come up again now where people are pointing out how incredibly skinny the cast of this film are.
Here we
It's
go.
like, in addition to all
Here
of
we
the
go.
emotional instability, these women are wasting away. They are withering away physically. Both Grande and Erivo look emaciated.
Like, look at Cynthia's dress. She doesn't have enough skin. She doesn't have enough musculature to keep her shoulder straps on her shoulders. There's not enough meat on her shoulders to keep her dress up. And I already talked about how Ariana's dress, the bodice of her dress, is capped significantly. Like she doesn't have enough meat to fill out her tiny dress.
And frail. I found one video showing these women over the years looking very normal in the mid-2010s and even in sort of 2020-ish, but getting extremely skinny when Wicked started filming. But what I think has shocked—
Oh! Good God. Michelle Yeoh, what happened to you? What happened to you, Michelle? Look at her face. Look at her face. This is not simply just her being old. Look at her face. It is hot. Like, this is like emaciation levels of skinny. Look at her clavicles. Look at her cheeks. Her cheeks are literally sunken in. She doesn't look human. She flat out, she does not look human anymore.
So many people recently is how Michelle Yeoh looks. These videos that I have on screen are from recent interviews, and she looks so emaciated. Like, girls' bones are sticking out in all directions, and not in the, like, I'm a super fit person, I go to the gym sort of way, in an I'm a—
Oh my God, like her breasts can't even fill out the bodice of this dress. Like, she's not filling out this bodice. And I'll remind you, Michelle Yeoh used to be an action star. She was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, for fuck's sake. She did fucking stunts in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon with a torn ACL. She used to be a Hong Kong action star. And look at her. She was doing action for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And she was doing action and stunts in that. Look at her now. This is terrifying. This is absolutely terrifying.
afraid of eating food sort of way. One of the things that I really dislike about fan culture kind of sort of is happening here, which is that when you like something or like a person or whatever, you sort of overlook their objectively obvious flaws or things that are quite wrong with them. And in this case, a lot of fans that I've seen of Wicked and the women involved in this are like, no, there's nothing wrong with anybody here. There's nothing wrong with how they look. You know, no one has the right to comment on anybody's bodies, but it's like, these women...
Oh, we're going the opposite. We're going the opposite route. We're going from you can't fat shame, and now that all the fat activists are on Ozempic and are skinny, now we're swinging in the exact opposite direction, just as badly, and saying now you can't thin shame, now you can't body shame us because we look like skeletons. We're beautiful looking like skeletons. You can't say we look unhealthy. It's that goddamn extreme pendulum swinging that we're seeing in everything right now. It started with the fat fucks. It started with the literal trucks and dumps, and like it started with the literal dump trucks, and now it's swinging to the literal stick figures, saying, you can't, how dare you criticize us for being skinny as literal ribs? Guess what? We're going to criticize it. There is such a thing as a perfectly healthy middle ground, and you are the furthest fucking thing from it.
May snap and break and fall over in the wind. A gust of wind may send them flying, like popsicle sticks. Like, I don't know if there was some kind of hostile working environment, but Erivo and Grande talk about filming this movie like they did a stint in Afghanistan.
It was very painful. It's funny because you know that you're performing, of course, you're acting, but your body doesn't quite know the difference, so that grief kind of comes home with you, and it was just kind of a very cloudy few days, and then
It felt really like foggy.
Yeah,
almost,
I was out of
out of body.
out of body. But yeah, it feels real to our bodies and to our.
Okay, so they are basically admitting they cannot separate fiction from reality. Fantasy and reality, they can't tell the difference. They are so mentally ill that after they're done filming on a set and they go home, their brains are incapable of separating that was on a set and this is reality. I'm not really Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, and I'm not really whatever the fuck the Wicked Witch of the West's name is. I don't know. I don't care. Like, they cannot separate themselves. Like, this is even beyond method acting. Okay, there's method acting. We've heard about the method actors, Daniel Day-Lewis and Jared Leto. We've heard about them, them doing method acting. This goes beyond that. That when they go home, they literally cannot separate themselves from their role. They're incapable of it. They have a literal mental illness.
And I honestly have no idea what to make of this. This is almost worse than the academic flim-flam. This is like emotional flim-flam.
Basically,
emotional instability flim-flam.
Yeah, these are the kind of people that will basically say fictional characters have rights. Don't lewd the fictional characters. That is offensive to the fictional non-existent characters. Yeah, these are the same kinds of people. And Baconator, Heath Ledger, no. I know where your thought process is going, but I disagree. With Heath Ledger, he immersed himself into the role of the Joker so much that when he stopped filming, that mindset and the emotions that came with it stuck with him. It's not like he couldn't separate fantasy from reality. It's just he delved into the mental state of the Joker so severely for the role that when the role was over, not necessarily the mindset, he knew he wasn't the Joker. He knew that he wasn't in the fictional universe of Gotham City and Batman. But it's just the mental toll it took to embody the character that much stuck with him afterwards. Plus, he did have substance abuse problems. He also did have substance abuse problems, which contributed to that and to his very untimely passing. I get your thought process of it. It's not. It's not the same thing. We're not. It's not the same thing. It's like with Heath Ledger, it would probably be more akin to maybe method acting, how deeply he immersed himself in the role, but he didn't take on the persona of the Joker when he left it. The mindset that he immersed himself stuck with him, so that dark place. But it's not like he didn't realize he was not living in reality anymore. So it's different. I understand what you're saying, but it's not exactly the same thing.
And like I said, it is incredibly annoying how many people are acting as if this unhinged, bizarro behavior is in fact normal, when it's not, I'm afraid. These two in particular act like capital people from the Hunger Games, totally out of touch with normal people. And quite honestly, a lot of this feels forced and fake. And to be honest, I have no issue with people getting emotional or being real about their experience.
I don't think it's forced or fake. I think they are 100%. jumped headfirst into the
Jack
Kool-Aid.
Nicholson told Heath to seek therapy after his role as the Joker. Jack knew what would happen.
Yeah, because when you take on the role of a literal psychopath, and as an actor, you try and embody that as much as possible, it does affect you. I'm not saying that as, when you're an actor and you take on the role of someone that is insane, and you really just throw yourself into that role and try to embody it as best you can for the character, for the project, I'm not saying that you don't take something with you on that. I undoubtedly do. These two are light years beyond. And I don't think that they're putting on an act. I don't think that they're putting on an act. I think that they are, because when you couple their behavior with their physicality or lack thereof, it's not putting on an act. I think they literally are lost in the sauce, and it's something else.
But these two seem to be performing this sort of like sapphic love scene every time they're on camera, where they diarrhea their feelings all over the place. Something else that I just quickly want to make note of is that it seems like everybody's personalities, but more specifically Ariana Grande's personality, changed when being cast in this film. Obviously, to make this video, I watched a ton of interviews, and with Ariana Grande specifically, before being cast as Glinda the Good Witch, she was very normal. Or, like as normal as a celebrity can be. In other interviews, she talks completely normally. She sounds like a normal human being. But in Wicked interviews, she puts on this almost airy, girly, kind of voice. And I think what's strange, I'm going to do a side-by-side for you in a sec, but I think what's really strange is that when she's by herself, she doesn't seem to do it. But when she's around Cynthia Erivo, that's all she does. That's how she speaks.
My favorite movie was Best in Show.
Yeah.
From a really young age. Which is so strange, to be a child and to really love that. I don't know, I was really young.
Well, you have been the light of the day. You are such a gift. You brought such light into the room. Thank you very
much. So we know who the pitcher is and who the catcher is. Yeah. So is it Cynthia that sort of pulled her into this cult and is responsible for her, is making sure she behaves? And when Cynthia is not at her side, she can actually be herself? Yeah. So is she her, sponsor? Perhaps? Yeah. So, I think that they may both be part of a cult. I think Cynthia was already in it, and when they were filming Wicked, she pulled Ariana into the cult. Well, Cave, that's possible. But I definitely think that Cynthia may be responsible for this change in Ariana.
very much.
We appreciate
coming
you.
into this.
And to the annoying naysayers who are fans of this woman, who are like, oh, she talks to that register because, it helps protect her singing voice. Yeah, okay, Simon.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. So, to reiterate, something really weird happened on the set of Wicked, on the set of both Wicked movies. And what that weirdness was, I don't know. The movies are weird, the franchise is weird, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are weird. I also want to reiterate, or at least make for the first time, a point that I wanted to make in my latest video about Pedro Pascal that I didn't add because, I don't know, I guess I'm not that smart. Anyway, in the context of Pedro Pascal, and I promise this relates back to Wicked, but I will get there in a second. Okay. Be patient, Simon. Patience is a virtue, or so I am told. In the context of Pedro Pascal, I am of the belief that audiences, viewers, young women in particular, are being conditioned to overlook very obvious red flags in this guy because he is being pushed onto them by the media as this symbol of masculinity, that his obviously creepy and weird behavior
symbol of masculinity when he's at a rave licking a rainbow colored stick. Like a gay man. And he is the pinnacle of masculinity? Really? I don't fucking think so. And by the way, Pedro's star is fading very fast. When's the last time anybody has heard anything about Pedro Pascal after the Fantastic Four? Like, for a while, they were literally putting him in fucking everything. Who has heard anything about Pedro Pascal since Fantastic Four came out? No, I mean, Revan, he didn't come out of nowhere. He was in Game of Thrones. That's where he got it. Pedro Pascal got his start in Game of Thrones. That was his jump-off point. It was cast in Game of Thrones, and after Game of Thrones, he started picking up roles, but then all of a sudden, they started throwing him in literally everything. And now, all of a sudden, like, yeah, he's going to be in Mandalorian and Grogu, which is going to crash and fucking burn, but we haven't heard fuck about him anymore.
Is somehow actually fine because it's justified by this, and this. I don't think on a long enough timeline or on a long timeline that that's a good thing, that you're conditioning women out of their automatic responses to people. And
no, Vegeta, because didn't they kill him in season 2? They because he played Joel, and just like in the game, they in season 2 of Last of Us, which was basically like Last of Us Part 2, they killed him off, I think, didn't they? So, no, I don't, unless they put him in flashbacks. If they hadn't made the odd in flashbacks, I don't know.
That's a good thing, that you're conditioning women out of their automatic responses to people. And I think something quite similar is happening here with relation to Wicked and the women who are participating in this movie. I think that this obviously disordered behavior is being painted as sweet and cute and emotional and loving, when in actuality, I think everybody here has an eating disorder and a boatload of emotional instability. Personally, and granted, I'm a fairly unemotional person, so you guys are welcome to disagree with me, I don't think it's normal to act like this publicly. I don't think that this is how actors and actresses should be behaving during press interviews, acting as if every single question asked of them is some profound, wonderful thing that they have to treat as like it's a little baby kitten, like a little baby kitten that just gotta take care of. Crying every 8 seconds is not normal.
Mentally
Getting
unwell
the
behavior.
interviewers to cry along with you, also not normal. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm just burned out on all of the like performative, empathetic, emotional behavior that we've been seeing over the last number of years, and I just think, can you just be quiet and advertise the movie like a normal person? Because who is this appealing to? Maybe I am not the target demographic, that's entirely possible, but I did see Wicked on actual stage, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing, and I'm just really getting the impression that maybe the adaptation has been a bit weird. I don't know, I could be wrong. Like I said, and just to reiterate, the bottom line here is that something very strange happened on the set of Wicked, of both films, and something strange is continuing to happen now. And I think that anybody who's being honest, who has eyeballs, can see that. I'm not so sure that modeling this kind of behavior to young fans is particularly good or normal, and I'm not so sure that acting like this during press interviews is particularly normal either. And in the end, I don't think we're ever gonna find out what the heck is happening between these two women or why they're behaving like this.
Oh my God. It's gonna come out. It's going to come out that whatever is the cause of this, it's going to come out. One of them, more likely, Ariana is probably going to be the one to break, because I think Cynthia pulled Ariana into this. So Ariana is going to be the one to break. Either she's going to have a mental breakdown and be brought to a mental facility, or she's going to basically split herself away from Cynthia because finally someone's going to get through to her and say, you are unwell. You are going to die if you keep going this route. And it will come out. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it will come out. And the details of what has happened, either this is a cult that they're a part of, or Cynthia is just like an abusive person and managed to rope in Ariana, and basically turned her into her codependent or her pet or whatever. Whatever this is, it will come out. They're not going to be able to hide this for too much longer because there's so many eyeballs on it. So many people are talking about it. And eventually, either Ariana herself is going to say that she was like a victim of something, or it's going to leak. But something will happen to explain this reasonably soon, I think.
To each other, but it's very clear for, like I've said, anybody with eyeballs that something incredibly weird and not right is going on here. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Plod using the link in the description. This little guy lives in my office now. I really like him. He's very useful for me, especially because I'm somebody who actually wants to take advantage of the useful AI things that we have available to us. So if this is something that would be helpful to you, absolutely check them out, link in the description. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Are you on my side of this, where you think this is so bizarre, all of this behavior is so weird? Are you on the other side of this issue where you're thinking, no, this is just normal people being loving towards each other?
Yes. Lucky Bach, you're right. I mean, and again, people that are in the people that are a part of cults, the way they find new members is they look for people who are mentally damaged, and you are absolutely right. Ariana Grande was suffering abuses back when she was a child, when she was on Nickelodeon with Dan Schneider. You're absolutely correct. That set the stage for her being mentally damaged throughout the years and made her the perfect target for either Cynthia herself or whatever cult that she is a part of. Because that's who they target. They target those that are mentally ill or mentally damaged.
And all of you are being Grinch human beings? Are you in the middle where you think, yeah, it's a bit weird, but really it's not that weird for celebrities? What do you think of the relationship between these two women? What do you think of the massive amounts of weight loss for everybody on the cast? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you're not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback, even when you're mean to me. As I always say, I hope you little chickadee noodle people stay safe and well and make good choices, because those are important. And I will see your wonderful little schnoodle noodle faces in the next video.
Yeah, Cave Spider, to what you were saying, every child that Dan Schneider had control of during the Nickelodeon days and during that time period, every single one of them was damaged. Ariana Grande, Drake Bell, Josh Peck, Miranda Cosgrove, oh God, what was her name? Oh God, she was Miranda Cosgrove's co-star in iCarly. Oh fuck, I can't remember her name. Well, yeah, Amanda Bynes, she was another one, not the one I was thinking of. Selena Gomez, I'm not sure how, I have your, yes, Jeanette McCurdy, thank you, Dragon Trucker. Yes, Jeanette McCurdy, like, they fucked up, Dan Schneider fucked up Jeanette McCurdy. Dan Schneider fucked her up when she worked for him as an actor. Like, she wrote a book about it. She literally wrote a book where she doesn't list him by name, but she code words him. And he fucked her up. Him and her mother fucked her up royally. Oh yeah. And so, yeah, they basically turned Ariana into the perfect target for Cynthia or whatever cult that she is a part of. It's disgusting, and we're going to probably hear about it pretty soon, I think. Now that everybody is talking about it, we are probably going to hear about it pretty soon, I would say.